Hello everyone, Sleepynight Gaming today. In this video, we're gonna cover all the commanders in 2.0 for the evil tier list. Maggots, Sleepynight Gaming today. A lot of people ask me like what commander to use, and I can tell you that like I don't want to make like a list that people will be actually invest into and it's actually not gonna work out. Alright, in this list right here we do have God tier is basically absolutely good to invest in. Like if you actually get it all the way to R10 legendary, craft the unique, you not gonna be disappointed. A good tier, basically a commander that's good if you like their art and you just like them and they will do good all around. Be an okay tier. Some are situational and some are just like people just like them because of their art, like Kirun. Actually very situational, and a lot of people just love Kirun because he's a golden warrior or commanders. Path of Siege, these commanders are not going to try to disrespect anybody like favorite commanders, but Siege is totally different now in 2.0, and as we all know it, the pathing and so on is totally different now. So without further ado, here we go, guys. So starting off with Yosra. Yosra used to be a queen of evilmen, or wish queen, as many have said it. Simply because she can do experience warrior tree with hunt down and collaboration, and which pair up with interrogator, restraint, and laceration. She's do high amount of damage, or you can just do with the unique and just do double even attack. That's also another good option. With this right here, she fall really short. All her tree got destroyed. It's not even funny. Like once one of the strongest commander, and now is trash. The king have returned to the throne. The god tier Lurtz. Season 1, Season 2 Lurtz, he's so fun to play with, isn't that right? And with many nerfs to him, he become unusable after Season 3. And now we are Season 12 now, and with the 2.0 engine, physical damage commander is like a matter right now. And for the evil side, we do have Lurtz. If you invested in him, he would do high amount of physical damage. The Shadow. Everyone's favorite free skin for the Shadow, right? Just to be fair, he is a very good commander. He can hit multiple formation, and he can hit it 2 times in the first 6 rounds. So think about it. He can hit hard and he can hit twice, and he's one of my favorites. So he is also a god tier. You can't go wrong with either Lutz or Shadow. Next, Scarham. Scarham, I just actually reset her respect to respect 4, and I don't think she even make it to the list yet. But Scarham do a lot of damage. If you do have her unique, then she will be a god tier. But if you in this season, I can't get her unique yet, so she's gonna run around like 40k damage on average, and once you have her unique on her, then she's probably gonna run about 80 to 100. So she is, I would say, a god tier, but at this point, no unique, good tier. Sestaro, this season 3 commanders, I love it so much. I mean, I really want him in if you watch one of my live streams that I opened him on the first time the game released him, and I got him. I'm so excited of getting him, but however, he fell short. But with the 2.0, he is definitely a damage commander, and I wouldn't put him to like god tier, because with the amount of stuff that you're gonna put and with the focus damage, he deal like 80k, okay, but I'm not sure if it's like, okay, with the amount of stuff that you're gonna put, it's gonna outdamage Lurtz or the Shadow, so he will be a good tier. Undying. If you play Undying like the old ways, which is the second wind and the undead commanders, so where you can dodge and you can heal, the heal is like very low in the 2.0, so it is an okay option to play with it. However, with the new tree, the Weapon Master and the Undertaker have been released. He is a very good option. He's almost like Shadow, okay, with all the skill tree and so on, but he might not attack twice at the, you know, when you have more point, when you max out like these 2-3 are out already. The next one is like, you know, you might dodge the damage and so on, but it's not that attractive compared to the Shadow. So which I will give him a good tier. I mean, I still use him. He's also a very good commander. Next up, we have a fan favorite, which is Sauron. Okay, Sauron in the previous version can do a lot of madness, but with all these right here, you know, like at max at level 10 is like damage received by target effect by 5%, bro. It's like, it's really low, and 35% chance to inflict madness on the target is actually a very OP. You can actually inflict it on Gandalf White Consul, and they will buff your unit instead of enemy unit. Just so you know, this is a pretty OP skill. Other than that, guys, his focus damage have fall short a little bit, so that's why he's a buffer, he's a supporter. And with that being said, if you pair him up with the, you know, Sestaro, for instance, Sestaro will deal a lot higher damage than without Sauron, so he is a very good support and as well as the dealing damage. So Sauron is still a good tier. Now we have a Sukor. Nobody like him because he's not very good. Evil Man doesn't have like a good range unit. It doesn't have range unit basically, so he's not that shine. However, with the new skill tree that you actually getting right here, the Raiders here, this tree right here, 50% chance to deal extra burn damage, unit attack +5, defense +5. These three right here is a must have. With this, okay, Fleet of Flame, one enemy formation gonna receive 12% more, okay, and then up to 2 formation, okay, and then it's gonna deal another 30% damage. So it's a lot of burn damage that you're gonna be getting. Okay, so with this skill right here, he is doing very good. I deal about average of 80k per battle for PvP, and we don't fight noob, we fight whales. Okay, so he actually doing very well. If I can reset my Sauron, and you know, I don't know who else I want to use, I will go with Saruman. That's right, guys. Saruman, his skill tree right here. Look at this. Off many colors. Deal 380% focus damage to one enemy formation. Deal the same amount of poison damage again, once again, to one enemy formations. Alright. And at level 10, deal another same amount of burn damage once to enemy formation. If you don't have any of those protection, you're gonna take more poison and burn damage for sure. As well as 380 times 3, okay, time 3. That's only one tree right there, and there's so many other tree that you can actually use, like Void of Saruman here, or Palantir Sizer is also another unique skill that a lot of people don't like to, get madness onto themselves. But I mean, he is another viable option, can deal a lot of damage. He also a good tier. Glacia is also a very, very good commander, simply because the physical damage by commander is reduced by 50%, okay, to 4 commanders, enemy commanders, okay, and it is all the way to round 5. So it is a damage mitigation. However, it just only affect like normal, okay, normal attack. It's not about skill, and some of those commanders have skill that actually hit really hard. So it do like a half-ass job for the skill right here, but it is one of the best for the evil half for damage mitigation. This one right here, Craven of Mount Fang here for the first 4 round, attack of enemy formation -16. Okay, it's gonna go up to like 20, not 20%. Affect by speed, and then commander speed +5. So this is a debuff commanders that you can actually take into the battles. She is very cool. It usable, okay, but should you invest in him or her? So I would say it's an okay tier. Okay, so we have Oklug here. Oklug, I've been testing him using a Trollmaster. In the first 6 rounds, listen to this. Defense of the commander formation unit, okay, is +60. Whatever unit you put in, it's going to be 60. If you use Troll, you're going to get attack +5. You don't care about attack on Troll anyway. You're going to get defense of Troll at level 10, another 5. Which, obviously, you're going to get 65 if you put a Troll in. Which, obviously, first 6 round, man, that's like over half of the battles. And game nowadays is not decided in the first 3 round anymore. So he is a very good tank. So if you're gonna put him as front as a leader, he's gonna have a lot of health, a lot of defense, and you just pair up with like a damage dealer behind him. He's will do wonder. This tree right here is also deal 350% physical damage to 1 formation. For this one right here, if you max it out, I think it's like 750. It's still high, but with him being like, you can do like a hybrid, he can tank and he can deal damage. And then there's like these skill right here, inflict bleed up to 150%. He is okay. I mean, that is, if you like him, I mean, go for it. But for me, I will put him as the okay tier. Beruzio is situational, as I mentioned earlier. So what it does is basically damage received by 2 enemy formation, okay, and then up to 3 formation with men or evil men. So pretty much you can play on good side with her, and you can play all these Variags, runes, and I mean, you can just have evilmen anywhere, but I mean, it's men and evilmen. It's just difference. Okay, so defense of the 4 allies, men and evilmen formation. It's just gonna go up by if you go up by 10, I think it's like by 12. She buff men and evilmen, which very situational. It might be good later on when people actually figure things out, or you have invested in her very heavily. But at this point, she seemed pretty good, not trash compared to other commanders. So moving on to another fan favorite, which is Kirun here. With the removing R5 for the evilman to do double attack, is instead it's buffing War Chariot, and then for each type of Evilman formation in your army, physical damage dealt by commander formation plus 0.5 stack up to 4 times. So it's gonna be a lot of stack, and then you're gonna have to use War Chariot for this, because unit attack plus 2, and unit attack War Chariots plus 10. Okay, with these golden visage here, I test this out. Randomly apply all these madness, attack down, defend down, and attack the range unit by 15. It feels short with the target defense minus 15. So you're gonna have to have a high respect in order to max this out, and play rune in order for him to be actually useful. I reset his respect to 3 because I don't think I will be using him, and that's way we will have to put him at the OK tier because he's situational. Azog. This one right here, he actually pretty okay. If you look at here, deal 550 physical damage 2 once to enemy with the lowest HP. So, right. Damage dealt to range unit plus 10% for 1 round, and then commander attack. So these sound pretty good, right? However, his skill falls short because you know, is with all the combo that he has, he don't deal enough damage, and that alone to turn him into like legendaries, and with the skill set that he has, I mean, it's better to invest into Lurtz more than, you know, this guy right here, because since, you know, if you're gonna add this, it's only go up by 12, guys. And it's gonna be a lot of respect to dump into him, and, you know, for him to actually shine. Okay, so with that being said, he's not bad, but he's okay. Now, Mao Sauron with the gear, I mean, he's shine with the Tranquility helmet. I have him at the R14. However, without that, and right now I'm testing out he's buffed like medium unit, which is the horse unit now, and then it, you know, it doesn't make sense. Buff the horse unit, now you buff the troll, and anyway, messenger debuff is a half-ass skill. I wouldn't care for much for it. Harbinger of Darkness is, you can't erase this skill anymore, so you can't do Mao Sauron God mode. And with that being said, the only skill that he has is the half-ass messenger skill, which bring him into, I want to say okay, but I tested it. It's not good, man. Now, my favorite, as you already know, Black Servant. I have him almost respect 10, but with all the reset skill, I did reset him all the way down to 3, simply because this skill right here is no longer beneficial. Like, even the Momo kill is not even good anymore, and it doesn't have any more healing. And with the Haladrim remove of the evil allies to double attack, he only buff, and that's about it for this one. So only bread and butter for him is a Horn of Harad, which is plus 40, you know, for commanders like Lutz or Shadow. This Horn of Harad is a very OP skill in the for the burst commander's damage right there. He will be good with Shadow. He will be good with Lutz, with Undying, and so on. Or you can use a Sukkor in your formation, and you will deal high amount of damage. This Fire Dancer skill is broken. I tested. I was like, oh dude, deal 400% burn damage twice. Okay, and normal attack now deal burn damage. Normal attack still deal physical damage. Okay, so this skill lies, so it's not working. Not gonna lie, it's one of my favorite commanders in Rise to War, but he's good at R3. I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna max out like the Horn of Harad and Haradrim, and that's already good enough. You don't need any higher. If you want to invest in him, his outfit look kind of nice, but what happened? Whatever. So we gonna put him as a, I don't know. I like to put it as good, but he's an okay. All right, even though I like him a lot. One of the three king that another fall short here is basically Watchman of Sirit Angu, increase orcs, okay, and then orc gonna immune to madness. But the thing is, madness is like, it's not a thing anymore. You can't really inflict madness unless you have like hysteria. And with that being said, it's 25% to hit your orcs. And these skill right here feels so useless except like to buff, look at that, level 5 chance to become madness is like 15%, and then immune to madness is like totally useless, and then increase attack by 14. All right, it's very low. And then defense of the orcs go up by this, and okay, orcs gonna attack first, and HP of orc up by 1. If it's up by 5 maybe, but these one right here fall short. This one is like healing, and as we mentioned, interrogator, restraint and laceration was turned to trash. And if you have him high respect, by all means, if you can still use him, but then again, the buff that he has right now, he's just an okay. I'm not using him, even though I have him like respect 7 now, and I'm not gonna invest anymore into like these commanders. Take a look at Khaldun. Okay, so experienced warrior now doesn't have, also got nerf, right? So deal physical damage, okay, and then it's 200% damage, while other commanders is doing like 400 or 500 or 700, it's not appealing. It's not. Could it be higher? Would make him be more attractive? Probably not. Okay, and then spear dancer deal. Look at that, normal attack deal another 100% physical damage. Damage dealt to melee is 15%. Commander attack is like, now is 4 commanders and 4 soldier, and the chance of you hitting melee unit and so on is too low. And his stat by himself alone is like 17, 19. You have to have him at legendaries, and his skill set is fell short. These one right here, melee unit in 3 allies formation, 60% chance to reduce damage reduced by 1%, maxed out at 10. It's like, dude, you I don't need to say it, man. It is what it is. Which make Khaldun, he's an okay tier if you want to use him. But yeah, with that being said, I'm not pretty happy. I use Khaldun all the time too, man. That's yeah. $1 make you holler. $1 commander. I like this one. So he's become a support troop now. Attack up and defend up to 2 enemy. Okay, so he's gonna debuff by 12 for 1 round, and then skill gain rush. Rush mean it will activate right away on a round 1. Okay, and then another one is second in command here. This is like a buff, but I don't feel he's doing enough. Then we can do Ring Rast to deal damage, and Shadow the East also dealing a high amount of damage. So he is viable, but with like Shadow being really strong, and he uses the same respect item as Shadow, if you like Camus, I mean, be my guest. You can just do it if you want, but for me, he is an okay commander. Alright, back at it again. Witch King of Angmar. Who doesn't like Witch King? Bro, it's like super cool, right? Personally, he is still good. He can still do double attack, he can still stun. I mean, Convener, the Black Captain, is still there. So that's what he's good at. But the meta have shift and he can also deal physical damage. He's okay. This gonna hurt a little bit. Sunin, Queen of Evil, have fall off like pretty hard. With all the skill set that she has right here, she can heal. One of the commanders that can actually heal really well in Rise to War. Now with all the skill that they have and all the formation reworks, she's still okay. Many commanders can do okay as her. So being a legendary and just doing okay is just okay. I don't know what else to say, man. She's not God anymore. You can't adjust high amount of soldier into formation anymore. So all the soldier that go in there, it's just about the same. There is no heavy archer anymore. Korwan. So the only commander that can buff all three races, the elf, the man, and dwarf. However, with all the skill that they actually debuff, you know, look at it. Defense of elf in 3 enemy formation -10. Okay, it's too low. It's very little compared to what the enemy have to offer with all the buff that they have. Per, you know, you can plus 48 in one piece for troop attack or defense, and you only deduct 10. Make him fall short for the debuff, even though it sounds really good, but right now he's trash. Lava. Okay, so he is fallen, so it's situational. You have to play in the Angmar. With the Weapon Master, you can deal first 3 rounds 300% damage in the 2 enemy formation each round, 15% chance to inflict stun, and then you can teaming up with these for the buff right here, buff mount unit, and then you can buff fallen at the end. With the Reapers, deal some damage. So you can see him doing like a pretty good for Angmar, and lastly is you know, Reaper and Stalker, and they don't work as well like before, which keep him only well in Angmar, you know what I mean? So he is okay. I have seen some good damage that he does in the early rounds. Next up, Godmog. Godmog is the only commander that still can actually increase the siege by unit siege by 4, and that's all he can do. Okay, the rest he can buff and so on, but he's not godly to be in the formation anymore. So with that being said, he's just siege. Interrogator is dead, and so is this commander. I tried to use him so many times and try to fix, and right now he's just my pather, and that's what he gonna be. Free to play favorite Grimmer with a 10 rec of 15% chance of getting madness instead of 100%, and so on. With removal of the evasion and of all these, and increased attack, and everything is wrong with this commander. He is no longer usable, even though you might want to try to use him as a poison damage commanders, but for me, trash. Which bring him into the next one, Tuk. Okay, so if he can buff, he can do a siege. That's about it. The rest of the stuff that he have right here. So attack 50% chance to deal additional 300 burn damage. Okay, and it's Uh, it's not. It's not very good. So I will give him a siege. So Green Ashes have the same skill as a warlord here, and he can also siege +3, so which make him very valuable to use in the siege formation. If you save this shield right here, as you can see, siege Urukai +15. Okay, so that's what he can actually do now. So he can just gonna make into a siege squad. I have no idea who this guy is, but we're just gonna leave them in the trash because we don't know who that is. Aduna, Betrayer, attack of one ally formation +35, but they cannot heal, and then the unit attack. So if you use the OB for instant attack, the OB +3, and then it's gonna plus another 35. Unit defend by 5. It's okay, I guess. And then you can deal with some focus damage or physical damage, which is that's what she designed to do. But then again, all her skill is fall short. I have heard story that she have done well with OB, playing Gondor and such. However, I have not seen it, so I don't believe it. And with that being said, she is trash. Shaku, we're not gonna cover much. Can deal actually physical damage. Burn damage now, and he is still trash. Segret, very attractive commanders to actually fight against, enemy of Rohirrim. Deal 7. What is this? How much is max? It's gonna be 700, right? 700% to one enemy, and then deal another 180 to horse unit, which is very situational. And with other skill like the reckless or like these right here, it doesn't sing. It's only one skill. So for me, I wouldn't waste my time on this commanders. He is trash for me. I wouldn't use him. Dunlending is no longer a thing to actually siege in the not your land anymore. So just be in mind. We have a couple commanders left, which is Ugluk. A poor guy just got a pure nerf. We're not gonna no need to cover Ugluk. I was expecting him to be like like Lutz, but he have no skill to actually deal damage. And with that being said, you can't just. Anything that Ugluk can do, Lutz can do better. You get what I'm saying? So with anything that you just gonna invest in him, in Lutz, if you're like Ugluk, man, that by all means. But with everybody just gonna go with Lutz because you know that Lutz just gonna do good. Lastly, Shagred. Trash. No need to say anymore. He's, that's where he belongs. But I believe we cover every commanders for the evil in this list right here. So if you agree or disagree, please leave a comment down below so we can discuss more or we can test out some more. And other than that, I'll see you in the next content.